All right, welcome back to BrainFLoTv slash Hot Topics TV. Listen, we got an update on YNW Melly. A lot of people want YNW Melly's trial to be just over and done with, but in the time it takes for him to get back to trial again, which is slated for sometime in mid-2025, as of now, YNW Melly is trying to get up out of that jail cell, man. They got him on lockdown and he's been locked up for quite a few years. No trial. Well, he did have a trial last year, but that trial ended in a mistrial, and now he got to go back to trial. And the system thinks he is so dangerous because they have a lot of proof that says he did what he did. They just waiting on a moment to convict him in court, and in the meantime, he should not be let out. However, Melly behind bars screaming, "Free me." So YNW Melly has now taken up a lawsuit against the state of Florida and the jailhouse that he is in for cruel treatment, and he is seeking immediate release pending his retrial. So this is the updated information on what's going on with YNW Melly. YNW Melly was a promising rap star, got lucky enough to work with big names like a Kanye West. When a Kanye West selects you to do a song with, you know you've arrived. So he was about to be in the money, top tier dollars, A-list celebrity lifestyle, private jets touring the world. But it was not to be because an incident that took place which left two of his childhood friends and label mates slash group mates dead, and also him looking like he was the one that committed the murders, stalled that career. So here we are. YNW Melly is hoping to be released pending a retrial after making allegations against the Broward Sheriff Office in a new lawsuit. According to NBC Miami, YNW Melly, whose real name is Jamel Demons, is accusing the Broward Sheriff's Office of cruel treatment and violating his constitutional rights. The legal filings claims that YNW Melly is being illegally detained under conditions that violates his First, Fifth, Sixth, Eighth, and 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution. Well, I don't need to explain to y'all what the First Amendment says, what the Fifth Amendment says, the Sixth Amendment, the Eighth Amendment, the 14th Amendment. You can use Google. Just look up and say, Google, what's the First Amendment? What is the Fifth Amendment? What's the Sixth Amendment? But YNW Melly is saying all these amendments, his laws, his rights are being violated under all these amendments. Now, this includes not being able to see his family for years in what is described as a debilitating isolation and unreasonable restrictions hindering his attorney, Michael Pizzi Jr., from proper contact. The last time we heard about YNW Melly's incarceration conditions was that he was placed in a special part of the jail and they put officers on him 24/7. Why? Because he was put in a part of the jail before where they thought that was enough isolation for him. And for some reason, his name kept popping up and stuff, and he still kept violating the jailhouse rules and doing other things, to include witness tampering outside of the jail, which he was able to make happen because he is somebody who has fame and money. He also has influence inside of the jail and with gang connections as well. So they had to not only put him in isolation, but put somebody on him who is not even allowed to speak to him. Their job is just to watch him all day, all night. And they take shifts rotating out doing just that. Plus, cameras are in there to make sure that whoever is there watching him is not actually interacting with him and doing stuff on his behalf. So it gets pretty bad for him in there. And under that level of lockdown, he's not been able to have family visits. He's not been able to speak to his mama in multiple years. I think it's over 3 years now. And he has not been able to, make outside phone calls or anything like that. So it's getting to him. And now him and his lawyers want him to be freed because they're pretty much saying, listen, you're treating him like he's been convicted already. And he hasn't. And, it's innocent till proven guilty. So his cruel treatment by the Broward detention authorities warrants his immediate release from pretrial detention since the detaining authorities have shown such a callous disregard for his human dignity rights to counsel, is what his attorney has said. Now, in a statement to WXL, BSO, which is the jailhouse Broward Sheriff's Office, denies the allegations that are made by YNW Melly's attorney. The Broward Sheriff's Office does not generally comment on pending litigations, is what their statement read. However, quote unquote, the jail does not utilize solitary confinement. Rather, Mr. Demmons has been placed on administrative segregation, which is a classification resulting in an alternate living assignment for an inmate whose placement in the general population poses a serious threat to the safety of staff or inmates or life and property. Anyways, they have placed him, or to break it down to you, they don't have solitary confinement at that jail. So he's not in solitary confinement. Solitary confinement pretty much is when you locked in, and you know how them scary movies will show you like somebody is locked in a box with not even a window and you just in there going crazy. This jail says they don't even have solitary confinement, but what they do have is administrative segregation, which is a separated part of the jail where he is not in general population. See, Melly want to be in general population so, he could get around and move around and spread his influence and do his thing, whatever the thing is he wants to do. Also, he wants his rights back to at least be able to have his visits and talk to his mama on the phone or all that other stuff and have her come see him. But the jail is saying, nah, he's too dangerous for that. And he's proven it from what he has done inside. So the way they're treating him is not from anything he's been accused of on the outside coming in, but it's from what he has done inside already. So administrative segregation, he ain't the only one that's in there, and he is not dying in there. They find it necessary to have him in ATSEG because he's in this placement away from general population because he is a serious threat to the safety of staff or inmates or life and property. God damn, he must be turning up in there. When they look at you like you are a safety risk to the staff members and fellow inmates or life and property, I don't know what type of energy or timing he on in there, but obviously they're going to keep him right where he's at. So YNW Melly's attorneys also said that we are asking a federal judge to order the immediate release of Jamel Demmons, aka Melly, because the Broward County jail system has been violating his constitutional rights in a separate memo that they also sent out. Now, in July of 2023, the double murder case against YNW Melly for the shooting deaths of 21-year-old Anthony Williams, otherwise known as YNW Sack Chaser, and 19-year-old Christopher Thomas, otherwise known as YNW Juvie, in Florida. That first trial in 2023 ended in a mistrial. The jury deliberated for 2 days following closing arguments. And when the jury deliberated, it was really down to this one juror who had said from the beginning, I don't give a damn what kind of evidence they show me. I'm just voting not guilty for Melly. Obviously, that person was a fan Obviously, that person should not have been in the jury pool. Obviously, that person made up their mind that they don't care what evidence is shown. Even if he looks guilty, they're still going to vote innocent, and they stuck to it. And then at the end of the trial, you had one more juror who went over and sided with that juror. Everybody else already said he was guilty, but they could not get that juror over on their side, right? Now, with all that also came the problem where YNW Melly's mama kept showing up to the courthouse, and oftentimes she was seen in an area where the jurors or potential jurors would park their cars and walk through the parking lot to get to the inside of the courthouse. And some people reported to the judge that she was seen outside in her car crying or just sobbing heavily or making eye contact with them as if she's trying to communicate without words, like, please save my son kind of thing. And you can believe that from a mother to a mother, especially when it's a black woman who is impoverished or from the gutters or from the trenches, she'll probably have some kind of sympathy or empathy for YNW Melly's mother. And they're suspecting that that is what happened with that one juror who was able to hold out, who told the rest of the jurors, by the way, that I don't give a damn what they show me in the courtroom, I'm still going to say he's not guilty. Now, the rest of the jurors in the jury foreperson should have told the judge that earlier, but they didn't. They told the judge that at the end of the 2 days deliberation, when that juror would not change their mind. If you remember the first trial in 2023, when they kept going back into the courtroom to review more things, it was because that one juror was holding out and demanding to see stuff again, even though they knew already that that juror would never change her mind. We know that it's a her. That juror was also reported to have been very disrespectful and rude, and at times intimidating, acting as if she wanted to fight the other jurors. She even referred to one of the men on the jury as a faggot. And she was like, oh, faggot ass nigga, like that, right? So it scared a lot of them, and a lot of them were intimidated, but they didn't speak until later on. So here we are, heading into a new trial. Now, they actually replied and said, our system doesn't work without getting people from the community to come in here and listen to the facts of the case and make decisions, elaborated Judge Murphy to the jury at the time. You gave us the time and you put your best effort to see if you could bring this case to a resolution. Unfortunately, it wasn't able to happen. But I want to thank you again for your time and consideration in this case. Now, according to NBC Miami, Judge Martin Feen, who took over because the judge who was on this case is no longer on this case, that judge has gone into retirement, and rightfully so, because rumors were starting to spread that they had actually gotten to Judge Murphy, YNW Melly's team, and Judge Murphy was starting to become biased and become compromised, leaning to one side, right? So Judge Murphy said, you know what? I've been in this field for too long. I'm teetering on the edge of retirement anyways. I think I'm going to just go ahead and throw in the towel right now instead of getting dragged down in a scandal. So he went ahead and retired, right? And now Judge Martin Feen has set the new trial date for YNW Melly for September 10th of 2025 and a pre-trial meeting on December 5th of 2024 for recent allegations of tampering. So come December 5th, 2024, Melly will be in court again. He will be facing the allegations of recent allegations of tampering, witness tampering. And after that, his real trial date for the double murders is set for September 10th of 2025. But I'm sure he'll be in court again before then. Now, with all that said, his attorneys at the moment are trying to get him out immediately so he can fight whatever he got to fight from the outside. Somehow, I don't see it happening. After them taking so much time so much resources. And if you watched that first trial and you saw all the evidence that the state has stacked against Melly, you know that the state is not trying to lose this at all. And I said it before, all they did this time around was give the state and Bookaloo, who is the lead prosecutor, just gave them enough time now to prepare even a more airtight case. And I think there's going to definitely be a guilty verdict in the YNW Melly trial. So for the people who are wondering what's going on with him, right now his attorneys just filed a lawsuit to try to get him out of there because of cruel punishment that he has been going through for the time he's been on lockdown. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me if you think they're going to let him out before his trial. Tell me if you think he's guilty and they are going to find him guilty. Or do you think that he is guilty but they're going to find him not guilty? Or do you think he is not guilty but they're going to find him guilty? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Hell, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Tell me if you think Donald Trump might free him like he pardoned Kodak, or this is a whole different situation. Remember, this is a double murder. Kodak Black wasn't on no double murder charge. I'll catch y'all in the comment section. It's BrainFLoTv / Hot Topics TV. You already know. If the topic is hot, we're on it. I'm out. Peace.